Honor and privilege to welcome you all to this press briefing, marking the formal commencement of activities for the 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration. This event remains one of Nigeria's most respected national traditions, marking the period of deep reflection, profound gratitude, and renewed commitment to the ideals of service, sacrifice, and unity that define our armed forces. The themes of the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration Remembrance Day as Balgo, sacrifice, and unity, honoring our heroes, powerfully captures the spirit of service, heroism, and patriotism that guides our military. It reminds every Nigerian that the liberty, relative peace, and stability we enjoyed are secured daily through the courage and sacrifices of our men and women in uniform, including those who serve, those who have served, and especially those who paid the supreme price. This annual celebration is more than a ceremonial occasion. It is a solemn national pledge of remembrance and gratitude. It honors the unwavering sacrifice of our soldiers, sailors, and airmen who have steadfastly defended the unity and territorial integrity of Nigeria. Furthermore, it allows us to recognize their vital contribution to peacekeeping, humanitarian, and nation-building efforts across Africa and globally, under the auspices of the United Nations, the African Union, and the Economic Community of West African States. It is against this sanctified backdrop of continuous service that we address the present realities. While we acknowledge that myriad security challenges continue to face our nation, it is critical to place on record the exceptional skill, courage, and patriotism demonstrated by our armed forces. Accordingly, we choose to celebrate their concrete achievements and the positive impact of their efforts in restoring stability, safeguarding the lives of citizens, and strengthening the essential bond between the military and the Nigerian people. Under the steadfast leadership and direction of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the Ministry of Defense has achieved significant operational milestones in safeguarding national security and protecting our territorial integrity. Through improved synergy among the services and security agencies, we have recorded remarkable successes across all theaters. The data speaks for itself. Within the tenure of this administration, our troops have neutralized over 13,000 terrorists and criminals, arrested more than 17,000, and rescued nearly 10,000 hostages. Over 10,000 Boko Haram and ISWAP combatants and their families have surrendered. Those coordinated operations have led to the dismantling of key terrorist enclaves, the neutralization of numerous bandit commanders, and the restoration of peace to hundreds of communities, allowing displaced persons to return to their homes. Our commitments to securing Nigeria's vital economic asset is equally evident in the South-South, where over 1,900 illegal refining sites were destroyed. Those relentless efforts have not only reduced crude oil theft, but have also reduced the occurrence of maritime-related crimes. Those expanding operational capabilities are underpinned by significant strategic modernization. Let me be clear that despite those successes, the remnants of criminal elements still pose threats to our peace and security. Accordingly, the President has continuously directed the Ministry of Defense and the Armed Forces to sustain ongoing operations and intensify effort until all remaining threats are eliminated. However, the task is not for the government alone. This is why we are strengthening a whole-of-the-society approach that brings together government, civil society, traditional institutions, academia, and the private sector into a common front against insecurity. The signing of the Daikon Industries Corporation of Nigeria Act in 2023 marked a milestone in indigenous defense production, positioning Nigeria as an emerging hub for defense technology in the region. Coupled with the procurement of advanced platforms, including armored fighting vehicles, unmanned aerial vehicles, and the naval assets, this modernization enhances our operational readiness and will eventually reduce our reliance on imports of defense equipment. Regionally and internationally, Nigeria has deepened cooperation through active participation in high-level forums and maintained crucial peacekeeping deployment in countries like Gambia, the Guinea-Bissau, and South Sudan. But the ultimate strength of any military resides in its personnel, not just its platform. Therefore, the welfare of our troops remains a non-negotiable priority, anchoring the Soldier First initiative. This administration continues to implement a series of welfare measures to ensure that our personnel serve under dignified and supportive conditions. Initiative includes the upward review of the ration cash allowance and the significant investment in modernizing barracks facilities to provide safe and comfortable living environments. We have focused equally on the critical asset of healthcare and the dignity of service. This includes the establishment of the Victim Care Center, a top-tier medical facility for wounded personnel, and the upgrade of several military hospitals around the country. Moreover, the payment of 18 billion in group life insurance benefits and the introduction of the debarment allowance are other strategic steps designed to reinforce the dignity of veterans and prevent the misuse of their valuable skills against national interests. Beyond active service, we are strengthening support for our esteemed veterans through digital innovation, including the establishment of the Veterans Data Bank and Call Center. This initiative, which will be formally launched as part of the Armed Forces Celebration Remembrance Day 2026 activities, will provide a central platform for efficient service delivery, improved response time to grievances, and highly targeted welfare support. To further reposition the support structure of ex-service members, we are constituting a committee to review the Nigerian Legion Act, seeking to rename it the Veteran Federation of Nigeria. This critical reform will strengthen the legal framework for veterans' benefit and reintegration program. In a powerful demonstration of fairness and national reconciliation, the ministry has successfully enrolled 2,141 Civil War veterans who fought on the Nigerian side but retired before meeting the stipulated pension qualifying years, ensuring all sacrifices are duly recognized. We are also intensifying healthcare support, for vets, veterans, and service personnel through Defense Healthcare Maintenance Limited, which now serves over 400,000 enrollees, including more than 205,000 veterans and their families, guaranteeing comprehensive primary, secondary, and tertiary care across every state. However, our strategic vision extends beyond immediate support. It encompasses the long-term, impactful engagement of our seasoned veterans. To this end, the ministry is developing a critical new initiative named the Reclaiming the Ungoverned Space for Economic Benefit Program, RUSEP-P. This program is strategically designed to leverage the expertise of retired agile military veterans to restore security and promote economic development in previously insurgent-occupied areas by engaging veterans to reinforce local security and initiate projects like farming, mining, etc., etc. RUSEP-P will prevent the resurgence of terrorism, revitalize local economies, and strengthen national security and cohesion. Presently, a committee is being set comprising the Ministry of Defense, Defense Headquarters, and the services to develop a comprehensive framework and implementation strategy. This forward-looking approach underscores the significance of the event we commence today. Distinguished audience, today's briefing marks the formal commencement of the deeply meaningful Armed Forces Celebration Remembrance Day 2026. This year, we are introducing an initiative platform called Thank a Soldier, QR code. This digital initiative enables Nigerians at home and abroad to send personalized messages of appreciation and encouragement to our serving troops and pay tribute to the fallen. The Thank a Soldier QR code will be launched immediately following this briefing, aligning with our drive to modernize engagement through digital inclusion and youth participation. Other activities lined up for the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day includes the National Emblem Appeal launch by Mr. President on Wednesday, 27th November 2025. Religious services, as the special Jumu'ah service on Friday, 9th January 2026, and interdenominational Thanksgiving service on Sunday, 11th January 2026, Humanitarian Outreach and Family and Community Day on Saturday, 10th January 2026, highlighting the ministry's humanitarian face. The National Symposium and Lecture Series on Monday, 12th January 2026, with the theme, Securing Nigeria's Future, the Armed Forces and the National Development. Gala Night and Fundraising Dinner on Tuesday, 13th January 2026, to support the Armed Forces Foundation. Continuation of medical outreach and free day on Wednesday, 14th January 2026. Then the National Laying Ceremony, the climax of the commemoration, Thursday, 15th January 2026. That's the Armed Forces Remembrance Day proper at the National Archive, Abuja, and simultaneously across all the states. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as the nation prepares for those days of reflection and unity, I call upon all Nigerians to honor our gallant men and women who embody vigor, discipline, and unity, which are the very pillars of our democracy and symbol of our sovereignty. Let us wear the remembrance emblem with pride, support the families of our heroes, and uphold the spirit of sacrifice that defines our armed forces. I urge the media to give this year's commemoration wide and impactful coverage to celebrate their service and inspire national unity. Distinguished audience, on behalf of the ministry, I thank His Excellency, the President and Commander, for his unwavering leadership and support under the renewed hope agenda. Together, let us honor our past, support our present, and secure our future. Reaffirm our commitment to a stronger, safer, and more united Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you for listening. God bless our armed forces, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I thank you.